right, welcome to the November 3rd, 2025 special meeting of the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors. The time is 6 p.m. Oops, hold on. There we go. I will now call the meeting to order and take roll. Director Howie.
Present.
Director Leith.
Here.
Director Romaine.
Present.
Vice President Krieger.
Yes, ma'am.
Myself present. Board members, please make sure when you comment to have your microphones on and speak directly into them. And I'm going to have the birthday boy, if you can please lead us in the flag salute this evening.
I would be honored.
Thank you.
All right, let's salute our great flag. Ready? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if everyone can please remain standing this evening, and we are going to have our chaplain, Marco Aranda, give us the invocation. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for your grace, your mercy, the great love that you have shown us, Lord. We welcome you here to this meeting, Lord, and ask your blessings upon it. I lift up all those here that are going to be making decisions tonight. I pray that you give them wisdom, discernment to make good choices that would honor and please you, Father God. And Lord, I lift up all the first responders, fire, paramedics, police, and sheriffs that may go on a call out tonight, Lord. I pray that you be with them and you bring them back safely. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Clerk of the board, do we have any changes to the agenda this evening?
We have no changes to the agenda tonight. And the first item on our agenda is presentations and announcements, and we invite up President Ramos Evinger to the front, joined by Engineer Jordan Cope.
Yeah, maybe right in the middle. Let me move so your family can take a picture. There. Okay, Engineer Jordan Cope began his fire service career as an explorer with the San Bernardino County Fire before joining the U.S. Forest Service, where he served 7 years on the Big Bear Hot Shots. He went to work as a firefighter and engineer with Apple Valley Fire for 3 years, and later with the Victorville Fire Department as a truck engineer and company officer. He currently holds certifications as a paramedic, driver operator for both engine pumper and aerial apparatus. His involvement with the fire service includes serving as a member of the USAR team, CICCS committee, the REMS team, firefighter survival cadre, fire control 3 group, and the high performance CPR team. He also is a registered state instructor and teaches at the local fire academy. Jordan holds an associate degree in fire science and emergency medical services and is pursuing a bachelor's degree in organizational leadership with an emphasis on fire administration. Outside of work, he enjoys attending his children's sports events, camping, riding his dirt bike, tackling home projects. He and his wife, Casey, have 3 children's sons, Nixon and Ace, and a daughter, Jessa May. Congratulations, Jordan, on your promotion to engineer. Yes.
Before I invite your wife, right? I had to ask that last time I was going to invite the wife, and it was the son or something. So before I invite your wife, your lovely wife, to come up, it's a really special time when you've come from another agency and you decide that you're going to uproot and come and start all over again, and you already were at another place where you had some rank. And it's kind of risky and it's scary, and so we're super happy to be able to have you here today, to be able to promote you back to the rank you were before. I've been here about 17 years now and been waiting for somebody to come over here and take our fire control program to the next level. We have Captain Cavanaugh, who's running that program, but I think when you get people over here that have that same background, it really just intensifies and encourages those that have that same interest to elevate even more. So super happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Invite your lovely wife up here to pin you.
Come on down.
Sweet. And, oh yeah, I was gonna say, get them first. Yep. And the chief and I can go at least. Thank you. Okay, and then chief and I will get in, and then, I was gonna say
Kids.
maybe with,
Yeah,
we
that'd be
need it with
awesome.
it, yes. Okay.
So when I
Okay.
called
Let's bring
Jordan
them up. I'm gonna-
to tell him he was gonna get promoted, I actually called him and told him, hey, listen, somebody else got the job. And he's like, oh, thank you, chief, I appreciate it. And then I said, no, it's just you. And then he's like, okay, just so I'm really clear, am I
I really pull my stomach. My heart out of my stomach, that's what I did.
Hey, Mike Krieger, you're kinda,
Sorry.
a little eyesore. No, I'm teasing.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations again.
The next item on our agenda is Service Award for 10 years, and we invite Fleet and Facilities Coordinator Steve Burns to please come forward.
Steve began his career with the Chino Valley Fire District on November 23rd, 2015 as fleet coordinator. He has been married to his wife Sherry for 37 years, and together they have 2 children, Brent and Stevie. Steve became a licensed California contractor and successfully owned and operated his own construction business from 1991 to 2015. He currently serves as vice president of the Kiwanis Club of Chino. Did you have anything to do with that, Harvey? Continuing his longstanding commitment to the community service and leadership. In his free time, Steve enjoys spending time at the river, boating, and fishing with family and friends. Congratulations, Steve, on your 10 years of service.
So I'm going to take a little bit of time here.
To talk about Steve. For those of you that don't know, I was an engine company captain. We ran a call, and there was this really nice garage in the back of this piece of property, and we're back there, and we're doing all the work, taking care of the patient. When it was all over, I was at a place in my life where I was looking to redo my garage, so I approached Steve after the call. This is where I met Steve. This is before he worked here, and I said, hey, Steve. Or I didn't say, hey, Steve. I said, hey, sir. I said, and I'm talking to him about his garage and seeing if he can get me connected with the person that put this garage together. And he's like, well, I did it. So then I said, hey, well, would you be interested in coming over and doing some work? And again, this is before he worked here, so it's not funny business. So Steve comes over, and Steve and I have developed a friendship over time, but he shows up, and I dealt with contractors before. You never know what you're gonna get until it's all the way done. Steve's always on time, he's always clean, he's all this, that, and I think by like day 3, the first day I said, hey, you wanna have a beer? I think by like day 3, he's like, hey, I'm gonna have a beer.
Anyway, Steve, we couldn't be,
It couldn't be a great, by the other thing is, unless there's this folklore, I think Steve told me he's always been self-employed. This was the first place he actually ever in his entire life filled out an application for a job, because he's that kind of a worker. He never had to do that. He was self-employed. So we're so blessed to have you here, Steve. Not only do you do all the detailed work over at the fleet facilities, but you're a man of many talents. I mean, if you look at the signs that we have around here, or sometimes we have awards and plaques we give to people. At the end of the day, when we don't know where to go for something specific in the district, typically go, hey, Steve, what do you think about this? And he always has a solution and an answer. Super creative, super talented. We're so lucky to have you here. I actually, to be honest with you, wasn't sure you'd be here for 10 years because I knew how successful you were in your private life. So I'm so happy to have you here, not only as a friend, but as an employee, so congratulations.
I appreciate that.
Let's go to the middle. So-
Come on over.
And you look good.
Yes.
Hi.
slide.
Thank you. Okay, and with that, we're going to take a 5-minute break. If you guys want to take more photos, please feel free to do so, okay? Thank you.
Congratulations. We'll go ahead and get the meeting started from break, and the first item is legislative update. Receive and file third quarter report presented by Jaime Rojas of Rojas Public Affairs.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. We have a full house tonight, so I'm going to keep you guys as long as possible.
Wonderful.
Well, these are always my favorite ones. We'll get the screen down and begin as soon as we're ready. Do I have to clap or something?
No, it's process.
Oh, is it processing? Oh, is this?
It's a slow screen.
I thought I broke it already. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's slow today.
It's the clapper.
Exactly.
This is from the, Sam saying that the IT department needs to be.
Thank you.
This is a gap.
So last year, we started implementing these quarterly reports. Sometimes the days, the weeks, and the months go by so fast that you forget the things that you've accomplished. These quarterly reports keep us internally as a staff on point on the things that we need to do, and also toot our horns a little bit on the victories and the work that's been done week in and week out. This third quarter report, a lot was done, a lot was accomplished. We saw the budget being passed, as well as the governor signing mid-October, the finalization of that budget as well. We're beginning to see, as we saw last November, the people voted for Proposition 4, which is the climate bond. We're allocating $3.3 billion. To no surprise to anyone, state government is a little slow in the process. In that rollout, there's 119 grants, all separate, all different. As far as we know, our team was up in Sacramento last week talking with both the Senate side and the Assembly side of both budget and finance agencies, and there's still a lot of question marks. They're guesstimating beginning of next year to begin some of those rollouts, and hopefully by second to third quarter, most of them will be rolled out. It's a 3-year process, so not all that money's coming out, for the obvious reasons of not overspending and making sure the right projects are being picked out. Some key upcoming dates. Oh, the fancy tool. Let me do this. There we go. We're looking at November 4th, tomorrow, as our election. A lot of stuff on the local level, as well as a redistricting Proposition 50. Should be interesting to see what direction the voters decide to move forward on that. Late November, we'll begin seeing the administration with some preliminary discussions on the fiscal year for 26-27. Last week, as I mentioned, we were up in Sacramento. It does not look good for that next fiscal cycle, 26-27. A lot of question marks. The federal holdout right now is also determining and pushing back dollars coming to the state, so that's going to be delaying and not knowing how much exact dollars are coming back from on the federal level and different programs as well. In December, we'll see the Department of Finance releasing an updated revenue projections, and this is going to be skewed. Again, federal level, with the shutdown, we don't know what those exact numbers are going to be, and probably a delay of reality is going to be at the end of January till we see the actual numbers, depending on what the shutdown is going to be. Our predictions is after the election is when the Democrats will come in and finalize that, and hopefully by the end of this week, beginning of next, the shutdown will be shut and over with. Some of the quarterly activities that we're looking at, again, the email guidance of the Extreme Heat and Community Resilient Grant Information Sessions, part of the whole Prop 4. We've been on these various webinars, kind of the rollout again, each agency, each department is doing something different. And so we're keeping tabs on that internally through an Excel spreadsheet and the relationships we've built through the years with each of the offices. We emailed out the California's final approved budget, which we'll share some good news shortly. The grant details from the FM Global Fire Prevention Grant. We also as well hosted our clients, including yourselves, to the SCA conference up in Monterey, which is always good. Our philosophy is developing relationships and networks. So the more people we can network, the better in regards to best practices as well as just relationships in general. We also provide an update on SB 74 and the gap funding bill, which was held up in suspense. And then lastly, we submitted a coalition letter urging the legislature to take some prompt action on Prop 4 and the climate bond, which to this day, they're still dragging their feet in regards to how large the sums of money is, and also the change of governor, which will be next year. So all these things are slowing that rollout of Prop 4. Some regular check-ins, we had district visits during this fall from Senator Ciarto. Susan Rubio will be coming soon. We're just waiting on some dates from her staff. Assemblyman Michelle Rodriguez and Assemblyman Philip Chen as well. Researched a variety of different bills, Senate bills and Assembly bills. A variety of different numbers there, but more or less nothing of large impact in those bills to this district. This is my favorite page. Successes to this date. We're always an eyes out and ears to the ground on possible grants, both public and private. We had a private firehouse subs public safety grant foundation for $23,000, which were for turnout gear. I know Chief Gable there helped us out in the process with Nicole Daly from my team to be able to grab those dollars, and that check is, I think, Mark, that's been cashed and in the bank. So those private ones are always great. They come in quick and when needed. And then the best part for this fiscal year, as we said, January was a much rosier year in 2025. Immediately after that, we had the Los Angeles fires, which threw everything off the ground, putting us into a negative fiscal cycle. The balancing of budgets until May of this past year did not look good for what we call the member request. But part of the process, and sometimes our clients say, well, why, if there's no money, why are we going through a process of capital improvement projects? Because the beauty about it in June, once the budget, quote unquote, is signed, the fun part begins of trying to get projects into the budget before September. And that's exactly what happened. Michelle Rodriguez, we invited her back in December as soon as she won, and not officially as on the assembly, but she appreciated a gesture from the district. She appreciated that she was able to come with her husband, who is Fred Rodriguez, to come and see the district, to hear about it even before she was sworn in. And our lobbying, the various times we've been up there for CSDA, and with us as well, those touch points are crucial for us to develop and coordinate with the staff, being organized, following up on a monthly basis with the chief of staff and our key legislators locally as well on the district side is important. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, and that's how this process works. The relationships we have, the relationships you have, we merge those together to make things happen. And this year, total funding secured of $383,000, where we were in the hole with the state overall, is a big accomplishment. What's next? Fourth quarter, October is here and gone. We had a successful State of the District event that we attended. Our relationship building up in Sacramento that we did last week of 3 days going on both the state and assembly side, budget cycles, hearing where we can do and best serve our clients. November, we'll be scheduling soon a kickoff meeting to begin the process again of what projects are top 3, top 4 for the district. And begin that process once again, identifying also key legislative bills that we're listening to as well as yourselves, and then keeping in touch with staff through the whole process all the way to June. December, we begin preparing our member request letters, submitting those to staff, identifying and kind of going over with staff. Once we identify it with you, we identify it with the staff to see what works and what doesn't. And then that same time, our team is also congratulating after the November election, the new members on the state legislature, as well as local, to be able to introduce the district as well as our team, and as they're filling in their new staff, to be able to make their transition as easy as possible. And that is it for our presentation for the quarter, and I leave this open for questions and answers from the board members and staff.
Okay, all right. Does anybody have any questions? Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Sarah. Jaime, how's the temperature up in Sacramento that you feel regarding, with all the fires we had earlier this year? Is there still good opportunities, do you feel, in the next maybe year or two, that we could secure more funding because of, we have a unique situation with our canyon, which is, as you know, definitely a possibility of something major happening. So do you think we're still in a good position to get more additional funding?
Great question, and absolutely yes. That Prop $4 guarantees that 3.3 billion for the next 3 years. Cal Fire, Cal OES will be getting a good portion of those dollars, and working together with you and my team to be able to get some of those dollars for sure. So yes, it's a priority in California with the breakdown of infrastructure, climate change that we've seen. It's a priority for the governor. I'm sure it's gonna be a priority for the next governor that's being voted in next November.
Okay.
So for sure,
Good, thank you.
absolutely.
Okay, anybody else have a question? No?
No questions, just thank you
Yeah.
very much
Yeah.
for the work and the effort.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Well, no, we appreciate it. I always laugh, and I'll take this moment to say thank you to all of us for trusting in us with the dollars of the community to invest in our firm. But more importantly, I think we've worked well in the past 3 years as a team. I think they know us very well as we go into other offices, as we represent other clients as well. And one of the first things they always show us is the either a tile of Chino Valley Fire District or a challenge coin. So that goes into the fact that the relationships we've built, continue to build, are crucial and important. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time, and as always, our doors are always open.
Hey, I appreciate you guys looking outside the box, like at the Firehouse Subs. I've always wondered when I've been there, does that money actually, they say they donate, but who are they donating to?
Absolutely.
So now we actually see that, and I guess we'll have to start eating there.
Yeah, no. Exactly. No, it's always good to hear those. It's the next event. It's always good to hear that those private funds actually do go somewhere. $23,000 here, $5,000, they add up, and every dollar counts. So it's one less hit to the budget, and whatever we can do to support that, we're there. So thank you. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate it.
The next item on the agenda is properties declared, the next item on the agenda is public hearing.
Okay, all right. The public hearing for properties declared for weed abatement is now open.
Properties declared for weed abatement, the purpose is for the public to comment on the declaring and noticing of property owners for weed abatement. And the report tonight is by Fire Marshal Danielle O'Toole.
Good evening, President Ramos and Ventura and members of the board. At our April board meeting, Resolution 2025-02 was adopted, identifying properties throughout the district to be noticed regarding weed abatement. During our recent round of re-inspection, several properties were found to be in violation of our ordinance. Property owners have been sent a notice outlining the violation, the re-inspection date, and the penalties for failing to take action. In accordance with the resolution, we are to hold a public hearing, allowing property owners to address the board on this matter. It is recommended that the Board of Directors review public comment on the declaring and noticing of property owners for weed abatement and subsequent actions and charges, as well as make any rulings on any and all objections raised regarding the proposed removal of weeds and said charges.
Okay, Clerk of the Board, do we have any public comment on this agenda item?
No, we have no request to speak on this item.
Okay, all right. The public hearing is now closed. It's time for the board to comment. Director Howie?
No comment.
All right, Director Romaine?
No comment, thank
Director
you.
Luth?
Nope.
Vice President Krieger?
Not tonight, thank you.
Myself, no comment. At this time, I'd like to request a motion. Please state your name.
Krieger's still moving.
Okay, so I have a motion by Vice President Krieger. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Director Romaine. And I can do just a voice, right?
You
I
can
don't have
just
to-
say
Yeah, so all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is public communications. This is the time and place for the general public to address the Board of Directors about subjects that do not appear elsewhere on the agenda. The public may address items on the agenda at the time addressed by the board. Due to board policy and Brown Act requirements, action may not be taken on any issue not on the agenda. When you address the board, please state your name and address prior to making your remarks, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. We have no written request to speak and seeing none.
Thank you. Yep.
The next item on the agenda is the liaison reports to the fire district, and it appears we,
Visit.
yes. So seeing none, the next item is the consent calendar.
Okay. All right, do we have any public comment?
No comments on the consent calendar.
And does any board member wish to pull an item or for discussion, please state your name and the item number. No.
Mike Krieger moved to approve items number 1 through 6.
Okay, so I have, okay, a motion, Vice President Krieger, second by Director Howie. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. The next item is new business, SB 1205 compliance report for state mandated annual fire inspections. And the purpose is for the Board of Directors to receive information regarding state mandated compliance reporting relating to Senate Bill 1205. And the report is by Fire Marshal Danielle O'Toole.
Good evening again. The Health and Safety Code mandates fire agencies to inspect every public and private school within its jurisdiction, as well as specific residential occupancies on an annual basis. In September 2018, Senate Bill 1205 was approved, requiring fire agencies to annually report back to its governing body on the compliance of its mandated inspections. The fire district currently has a total of 208 occupancies that require this annual inspection. All state mandated fire inspections are assigned to community risk reduction and are performed on a calendar year cycle. Community risk reduction has completed the initial inspection of all 208 occupancies. It is recommended that the Board of Directors receive and file the information presented.
Okay. I'll get to my page. Right. I don't think we have any request to speak on this item.
No
unless-
request to speak on this item, and this is just a
Okay.
receive and file, no
Okay.
action.
All right, thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item number 8, the Wellness Examination Program. The purpose is for the Board of Directors to review, discuss, approve ongoing expenditures for the full implementation of the district's new Wellness Examination Program. The report is by Deputy Fire Chief Jeremy Olt.
Yes, good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure tonight to bring before you and actually receive the baton, if you will, as being passed from recently retired Deputy Chief Carlos Escobar. So if you remember, we actually transitioned to a new vendor for our comprehensive wellness physicals this year. Chief Escobar actually started that process prior to his retirement. Administratively, this gentleman, Chief Gable's actually taken on the workload of implementing the changes, but I'm happy to bring the report to you tonight. So essentially, we've transitioned from Mountain View over to what's called On-Duty Health, which is a more comprehensive, they come to us style physical. They actually scheduled, completed all the physicals over at our training center. And the one thing that's significant about this new physical is they are offering other services that we haven't received from our previous vendor. So essentially, we've, with the support of the board, obviously, came through on our promise to, respect our people and take their health very seriously and provide this level of care to them with this type of a physical. So not only do they have the same physical exam from a provider with full blood work and everything else, they also have what's called a full VO2 max, which is you do a treadmill test while they literally put a mask on your face and they measure with the computer the gases that you're off-gassing. So it literally tests down to the cellular level how you're processing, how fit you are cardiac-wise when you're performing exercise. That includes a full 12 lead EKG and everything else, so state-of-the-art for our folks, and we're really pleased about that. The second significant component that this provider has offered to us is a full ultrasound. And essentially, if you can imagine, basically all of our major organs, for example, we had an ultrasound tech on site in one of the rooms, and you'd go in and receive this ultrasound. They viewed the carotid arteries for plaque, the aorta and aortic valves in your heart, thyroid, liver, pancreas, gallbladder, spleen, kidneys, bladder. For women, a full pelvic, and for men, testicular and prostate measurements as well. And again, a lot of those areas are, that's part of a cancer screen, and a lot of those areas, Take the prostate, for example, not popular to talk about, but usually the way you measure that is with a blood test that measures, slight increases, but to be able to have a physical ultrasound of it, where you don't have to go through your primary provider and really work hard to try and get a referral, we're providing that to our employees as part of this package. Part of that, we believe, is the reason we had such overwhelming participation this year as opposed to years in the past. So the primary reason we're bringing this to the board this evening is because originally when we contracted with the vendor, the amount that we anticipated spending and was quoted was well within the chief's spending authority. However, with the increased participation and a couple other ancillary services, that has brought us above the spending authority. So those ancillary services, in addition to that, our hazardous materials team members are gonna get a full chest CT. And the significance about that is a CT, it's a lower dose radiation as opposed to getting an annual X-ray. And so, time, distance, and shielding, the more you're exposed to radiation, the more you build it up. So we can provide a lower dose evaluation for our hazmat folks, and that's part of their required physicals to have that hazmat. In addition to that, we're able to provide kind of a one-stop shop where instead of sending our folks on a separate bill over to US HealthWorks to get their DMV physical, we could have that physical count as that, and we just paid a nominal fee for their paperwork, et cetera, et cetera. So as you see in the staff report, originally the original budget and approved amount was within the chief's spending authority and it was budgeted for with a couple of those ancillary fees coming together. The additional participation in those other services pushed us above that. And as we anticipate a few people who are coming off of workman's comp who are now eligible to take that test, the total cost of that project is gonna take us to about $125,000. So in speaking with finance, we really wanted to be transparent about it and bring it before you so you could see the good work that's being done, to see the support that you've given to our personnel, and really to talk about how this has really positively impacted our people to the point where we had, for the first time, 100% participation from the folks from the floor, and we had 22 folks from admin, which are contractually able to take part in this process. We had 22 folks participate. And in fact, you might see from other areas of the budget, typically where this was reflected is under the suppression area of the budget. And we've had in the past so few administrative people take part in this process. It was so nominal, we didn't even line item budget for our administrative pass and the other areas of the budget for the physical and pass. So obviously, moving forward with this new level of participation, we're gonna reflect that in future budgets as well. And while we have a chance to talk about it, the last thing I want to mention, not related directly, is as we spoke about in the State of the District video, we are going to be offering the gallery test to our folks, and I'm just gonna read what I wrote about it because I'm gonna forget about it. The gallery is a multi-cancer early detection test that's gonna be offered to all interested employees. The gallery test identifies molecular signals associated with more than 50 types of cancer through a single blood draw. And so the information we have about this test is overwhelmingly positive as far as early detection of very aggressive cancer types. Now, the recommendation of the manufacturer is that we offer the test for the full staff the first year, and then we develop a matrix based on risk factors for future tests. The cost of that test, if we anticipate that every single person who currently works here takes that test, it's still gonna fall within the chief's spending authority, and we'll either reflect that with an absorption of that with the current budget section, or we'll reflect that at mid-year through budget. With that, that concludes my report, and I'll read the recommendation. It is recommended that the Board of Directors review, discuss, and approve the ongoing expenditures for the full implementation of the district's new wellness examination program. That concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you very much for that report. Okay, does anybody like to speak about this agenda item? No? Okay, all right, it's time for the board to speak. Director Romaine.
Quick question, I know I didn't pre-talk to you to get this, but it's my understanding that our previous way we implemented this was the members were given 2 hours or 3 hours of overtime in order to conduct that?
Correct, so technically it's a 3-hour minimum. So what you would see previously is that the cost of the actual previous physical, even though it offered fewer amenities, if you will, The cost of the physical itself was slightly less at $550 per person, but that also carried with it about a $260 overtime rate for each person to go off duty and get that taken care of. So the total combined price was about $810 a person, whereas the new one was actually $769. So there's a little bit of a trade-off
Okay.
there.
So I just wanted to make anybody else who's concerned aware that we're offsetting this cost in some way.
Correct.
The other thing I want to do is more of a statement, and, you know, I came from an agency where we did this same test. And in my time there, we had 3 individuals that we caught cancer at an early stage, treatable, able to treat them and keep them on the job instead of some of the other potential outcomes. So just from that alone is a huge benefit, because it can save a life, so. Yeah. I just wanna make that statement, it works, it's not a hypothetical, it's not I hope, this is what they're saying to sell it on us, it makes a difference, so I applaud us for moving in that direction.
Yeah, thank you for the board's support.
Thank you. All right. Oh, I'll let you go, Director. Sorry about that.
The numbers we were just talking about, is that for the physicals or for the gallery test?
So those dollar figures I was throwing out was just for the wellness physical itself.
Okay.
So the nice part about with the new vendor and even the gallery test, so the new vendor came to us, Chief Gable and Donna and everybody else was able to get schedules worked out so that everyone attended those physicals while they're on duty, so no overtime incurrence. Separate from that, the gallery test, they're actually coming out to us direct to do a blood draw here. So that's gonna be also done on duty, so there's no overtime component.
Okay. Roughly, so it'll be within the chief's
Correct.
spending on this, we have a rough idea what we're.
Yeah, so the gallery test, it's about $650 per person, give or take. So we factored literally, we have 145 people currently like on the books working here, and if you total that number up, it's below the chief's spending authority.
Yeah, okay. I'm just curious, so if they're coming on site, do they charge us to come on site, or is that part of it? But as people come off of whatever, they've been gone on vacation or off on work, whatever, will they come back on site or do those folks need to go somewhere at that time? Since
For
there'll be one or two
for the
away?
actual physical, so like the stragglers, if you will.
Yes,
So, the nice part is, because we're following suit, we're leading in some ways, but we're also following suit. Most of the West End agencies and several other agencies in Southern California, are actually getting on board with on-duty health. In fact, Chief Gable and I just attended the Cal Chiefs Conference for 3 days. We talked to the CEO of the company, they actually live in Loma Linda, I think like that, so most of them are based here, but essentially, part of the deal is that if they're going to Rancho, well, if we have like 2 or 3 people, we'll get them up there to Rancho to finish their test if they couldn't get it done here.
but if that's not available, then is there a physical place they go then?
No, as far as I understand, their model for on-duty
Is to
health
go
is they
on-site.
come to you.
Okay, so would they roll though for a couple at a time, or would we try and get a few more in?
I think what the plan would be, and I can let Chief Gable speak to that to more detail, but if we have a few one-offs, we'll make sure we'll tie them in with a test at another agency, because they bring with them literally like a bike and a bunch that's hooked up to the computer, so they come with a lot of equipment, and so just for economy of scale, if you will, we'll send them over there.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, Director Howie?
I think early detection is very important. That's all I got.
Definitely. Vice President Krieger?
Very happy that we're doing this for
Yes.
all the employees. I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the report this evening as well. And with that, at this time, I'd like to request a motion.
I move.
All right, so I have a motion from Director Romaine and I have a second from Director Luth. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes 5-0. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item number 9, appropriations limit for fiscal year 2025-26. The purpose is for the Board of Directors to review the method for computing the fire district's appropriations limit and approve Board Resolution Number 2025-20 for establishing the appropriations limit for fiscal year 2025-26. The report is by Finance Director Mark Shaker.
Thank you. The item for your consideration tonight is, sorry, I think I'm getting a little bit sick, but it's our annual appropriations limit, which is a bit of a housekeeping item for the agency. All agencies in California are required to adopt what's known as the annual GAN limit or appropriations limit. Attached is a resolution which would establish the limit for this current fiscal year, as well as the calculation of the appropriation limit, which is a blending of two factors, and the district has always opted to choose the most advantageous factor for the highest limit. As you can see in the calculation, you take the factor times the previous limit to get to the new limit, which is more than $652 million, of which about $61 million of our own budget is subject to. So we're well within the limit. I don't foresee any time in the future where we will hit that limit, but we're required to present the limit, to calculate it. It's also required to be reviewed by our auditors annually in a separate report. So next month you'll be seeing the review of last year's limit calculation. Other than that, I have nothing else to report on the item unless there are any questions.
Okay, thank you. No request to speak on this, I take that. All right, so time for the board to comment. We'll start with you, Director Howie.
I have no questions.
No questions? Okay, Director Romaine?
No questions.
All right, Director Luth?
No.
Vice President Krieger?
After 14 years, I still don't understand how the state of California says that we can spend $652 million. Yeah, it's,
That's their math.
yeah, it's state math, I guess.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So with that, I'd like to request a motion.
Motion to approve?
Okay, I have a motion from Director Howie. Have a second? Okay, I'll second that. So I have a motion and a second by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes 5-0. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item number 10, Board of Directors Selection of Officers. The purpose is for the Board of Directors to nominate and vote for the position of President and Vice President commencing on December 1st, 2025. And this report is by our Board President, Sarah Ramos-Evinger.
Okay, so at this time, nominations are open for the office of the President for 2026. Please state your name before you present your nomination. And with that, I'll nominate myself again for no, I'm teasing my
4 more years.
I will nominate Vice President Krieger for President. I would like to do that, so. All right, anyone else have a nomination? No? Okay. Nominations are now closed. I will now request a voice vote for the majority vote. Each board member should cast only one yes vote regardless of the number of nominations, and board members may vote for themselves, okay? So you can vote for yourself.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, all right, so Director Romaine,
I vote for Director Krieger.
okay,
Was that a yes?
all
Yes.
right, yes, okay. Director Luth,
Yes.
Director Howie,
Okay, yes, yes, yes.
Vice President Krieger,
Sure.
and myself a yes. Okay, so this passes 5-0. All right. Okay. So, I announce for, okay, next on our agenda is nominations are open for the office of Vice President for 2026. Please state your name before you present the nomination.
Andrew Romaine, I would like to nominate Director Howie for the position of Vice President.
Okay, are there any further nominations for Vice President? No? Okay, nominations are now closed. I'd like to request a voice vote for the majority vote, and you can only cast one yes vote regardless of the number of nominations, and you may vote for yourself. So I'll start with you, Director Howie.
Do I have to go first? There's so much pressure here. Okay, yes, I guess so.
Vice President Krieger.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Director Luth.
Yes.
And Director Rumi?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so, that's passes 5-0. I wanna, well, think I'll go, yes, congratulations.
Thank
City President, Rieger, and Vice President Howie.
Speech. Oh,
Yes.
Dave's
Yeah.
taking a deep breath there. Do I get a vote?
I'll wait for what I have to say till after, so, okay.
Pictures?
All right, so next on our agenda is Chief's comments. Chief Williams, will you please present your comments?
Thank you, President Ramos Evinger. Under Board Activities and Public Relations, we had our State of the District was held on October 23rd at Station 61. It was a sold-out event at 233 people in attendance. I wanted to say thank you, Ms. Rita's sitting here, and for her and her team and for our board president to really put together just a wonderful event. I was going into that event thinking, wow, it can't get better than the last one or two, and I actually think it was exponentially better, not that the other ones were bad, but the attendance, the whole, all of it was fantastic. So thank you, Rita, and under the teamwork under your guidance, and thank you for working with the board president. Under Human Resource Update, the recruitment for office technician closed with a total of 492 applications. It's just amazing to me that we can get that many people. First interviews are scheduled for the week of November 9th, and second interviews for the week of November 30th. It is anticipated the new employee will start in January. The position of accountant opened up for recruitment on October 28th with our current accountant, Dawn, is going to be retiring. And with a closing date of November 20th, it is anticipated the position will be filled also in early January. Under CRR, Deputy Fire Marshal Dacko and Fire Inspector Jung attended the California Conference of Arson Investigators on October 6th in San Luis Obispo. The conference offers various tracks for new and seasoned fire investigators. Under Personnel Development, on October 28th to the 31st, Captain Poskett, Captain Foster, firefighter paramedic Kalusik all attended the Public Safety Peer Support Association Conference in San Diego. So just to take a quick pause, I mean, it's really, our folks going to these things are above and beyond, and they're really about professional growth. So I want to thank all those folks that have attended the different conferences. Under upcoming meetings and events, Veterans Day ceremony for November 11th. The City of Chino Hills Salute to Service ceremony begins at 8 a.m. at the Military Service Monument located at Chino Hills Community Center, 14250 Peyton Drive in Chino Hills. The City of Chino Veterans Day ceremony begins at 11 at Liberty Courtyard located out the Chino Community Building, 5443 B Street in Chino. And the strategic plan meeting was held today. The next one will be, and final one will be on November 17th with a report out by City Gate at the end of the month of December. Assemblymember Chen to visit Chino Valley Fire District to do a tour on November 24th at 10:30 a.m. Our new fire station discussion at the HOA will be conducted, the first HOA will be conducted on December 9th at 5:30 p.m. So as you're looking at the property, we had to enter into that agreement to be able to enter onto their property to do work. It's the, as you're looking at the property, it's the homeowners association to the right of the property. And then finally, the Make a Child Smile 2025 will be held on Wednesday, December 10th at Walmart. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you very much, Chief. Now it's time for the board to comment. And Director Remy, would you like to start? Thank you.
When we do all the change-ups, does that mean I get to go to a new spot and I have to start every time?
No,
Yeah.
you say that, no, because I already called my spot back. That's been my
I got a few things. First of all, congratulations to both Jordan and Steve. I know that they're gone, but it's getting promoted and getting recognized for staying in employment for a significant length of time is always a great accomplishment, and it comes back to, people like to work here and want to stay here, and that's very important. Quickly through the events since our last meeting, even though this one's short, we had a packed month. Started off with the grand opening for Brewster's Ice Cream, which I can highly recommend. It was a good time and good ice cream. Attended the Chino Police Open House. Always well attended, even though they put us as far away as they could from the main quad area. Everybody was coming over there. We were doing hands-on CPR, giving out stickers and helmets, which the kids all love. So that was good. Then we attended the PERS conference, and I want to just say, for me personally, it was a great event and amount of information that will help me moving forward with our understanding our budget expenditures and the costs of our UAL, our unfunded liability, and the process for disability and all that stuff. Just knowledge helps the understanding and helps us make better decisions. So I was very appreciative being able to attend that. So also attended the IEUA open house. Director Howie and I, we met somebody, an old guy there that we thought was a retiree. He's still working there, but he looked like he'd been there for about 70 years. So it was pretty interesting talking to him. I also attended the Chamber's Business Expo in front of the sporting goods store there. That was well attended. Had a one-on-one. In one day, we had a full day. Started with a one-on-one with the chief, and then we met with Assemblymember Michelle Rodriguez, and she presented us with a check, which Jaime was here earlier with Rojas Public Affairs, and you know, we have a very finite way of generating revenue here, and so I know Mark's always appreciative if we can get other sources of funding to help out, and everybody here's relationship, including the union guys, their relationship with her. When the ask came out, she thought of us first and got us a significant chunk of money to help us out, so it's very appreciative. And then we ended that evening going to the ASBC SD meeting. Director Luth and I drove up there, had a good time. I also was able to attend the Diwali tour at the Baptist Temple on behalf of the district. I have never been there, so I did the full tour, not just go look at the thing. They talked about all the donations, everything they're doing for fire victims and whatnot, and their extreme willingness to want to partner with us in the future with anything we're doing to help the public. So that was good to go. Also attended the State of the District, awesome event. It was Rita, thank you very much for coordinating that, and our Madam President with the elegant tables and everything. I thought we were at a high ball of some kind of aristocrats or something. It was pretty good.
You were.
And then finally, last week at the very end, I attended the grand opening for the Russian School of Mathematics, which I'm like, let's go. What are we doing here? But it was first of all, it was very well attended. There was a ton of people in there from the community and from all the legislator offices, so it was good that we were there. And basically, but it has nothing to do with Russian. That's just what they named it 28 years ago. They're almost been there in 30 years now. Not in that location, but as an organization. That's just how they started, and it's a methodology. It's an after-school program for the youth, so there was a ton of parents there, a ton of our community all around, everybody that's interested in growing their kids' knowledge. It was a good event. And that's about it.
Thank you.
I'm done. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Director Luth.
Okay, yeah, congratulations to our, Jordan's promotion at 10 years for Steve Burns. He is an incredibly talented man. He as you already mentioned, Chief, it's incredible what he can do. Attended Brewster's Ice Cream, PD Open House, Calipers Conference, and I agree, I was pleasantly surprised at how valuable that conference turned out to be. I wasn't sure what to expect. It was really well done, learned quite a bit. Glad I went. Had a one-on-one with the chief. I was also at the IEUA open house, and that was great. The Chamber Business Expo, also attended that. Michelle Rodriguez was out here. Not only did she bring a check, then she spent some time with us talking. It was really nice to get to have a little conversation, get to know her a little bit better. Came away respecting her more, how she conducts herself, and how just she was just a genuine person, in a way I wasn't really, I didn't know her for before, so I appreciate her time. Then, we went up to the ASBCSD meeting, a couple of Chino council meetings. State of the Fire District was just wonderful, Rita, thank you, and everybody who helps you, setting up, tearing down, whatever it is, it was just fabulous. The Carbon Canyon Trunk or Treat, attended that, and the Headless Horse Rider, whatever that.
Horseman.
Yeah, that was, wow, that's always the hit of the thing, that was great. Then I hit, the Chino and Chino Hills Halloween events, on the same night before I went to a family function. Let's see here, Jeremy and Chief, thank you for the time earlier today to discuss the wellness program. I had a few other questions and things, and your time was much appreciated. And this is what, Sarah's last meeting? Potentially, I guess, maybe.
Yes.
Unless something comes up, so, yeah, I know we'll have opportunity later, but.
Unless something comes up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never know. Other meetings may come up somewhere, right?
Oh, yes,
So,
yeah, that's for
you
sure.
never know.
Okay.
But, anyway, just thank you for your year, and I'm sure we'll have
Bring
an
my gifts
opportunity
next
to.
meeting.
Yes, we'll have an opportunity to express our thanks later, but thank you.
Yes, okay, thank you, Director Howie.
Well, I kept saying 4 more years, but nobody would listen to me. Thank you. And by the way, congratulations, you had a great year as president. I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Well, the good news is, everybody's pretty much said everything that I've been to, so I can just go through these really quickly without explaining them. Ice cream, Business Expo, Chino Council meetings, met with the chief, IUA, the fair, Chino PD open house, and then I will talk a little about the last 2. State of the district, Rita, you outdid yourself again this year. And I think, I'd like to know where we're gonna be going next year since we've outgrown the fire station now. Are you gonna rent an arena, or are you gonna have 1,000 people? What, no, what are you pointing at, Krieger? No, we had, the state of the district I think was phenomenal this year. I mean, compared to years ago, when we used to have the state of the district here, and we was in the training center, in the little room with about 30 people, that used to be the state of the district. And now it's a great event, so thank you for that. And of course, staff and everybody else. The only other thing I want to mention is about Michelle Rodriguez. I think it's been a blessing for us that she got elected, because in the 12 years that she has been around our district, there's no learning curve for her with Chino. She hit the ground running as an assembly person, and it's been a big benefit to us because she's been around our district. We've done so much of their events, that we've been at their events. They know us, and I think that's a big help for us. So that's been really good for us. So, and the interesting thing was that I thought she would retain Freddie's staff, and she brought in her whole staff, changed that completely out, and and the staff's been very good. Her staff's been excellent. So that's about all I got.
Okay, thank you, Vice President Krieger.
All right, I as well want to say congratulations to Jordan and to Steve Burns. Once again, with Steve, it's crazy, it's been 10 years. It doesn't seem like it's been that long. I attended many of the same events that everybody else did, Chino PD Open House. The State of the District was fantastic. It was absolutely the best one yet. And, all I can say is next year, short sandals, luau theme. We're gonna be getting those big boxes where we cook pigs in the ground, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Jerry, I know that we all report to somebody, and I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen.
Whatever I can do to give the chief a hard time on that one. But no, looking forward to that next year, and I just want to thank the board for their trust and confidence in me to lead us next year.
Okay, right, thank you. Okay, so, I do Brewster's Ice Cream, highly recommend it, it's good ice cream, Chino PD Open House. I had several meetings and such for the State of the Fire District in preparation. The Business Expo, we prepared for the trunk or treat event, so I had meetings for that. I had my one-on-one meeting with the chief. Let me see here. I'm going through, I fulfilled my AB 1825 harassment training.
did that too.
Yes, and I know Angela's happy that that has been checked off now. And our Fire Safe Council trunk or treat event, and I just want to thank everyone for your support. Thank you for the baskets from the district, personnel that came, the union for cooking hot dogs. We just always have such a great support from the fire district. This year, we had Brea Fire show up, which is their first time. They sent apparatus, but we weren't expecting it. They came late and we had our stage, so they had to park out, but at least their personnel stayed, and that was a big plus. You guys are really, that was a great thing to have as well. Our agenda review meeting, I made it to the City of Chino Hills trick or treat event, and the CalPERS conference, like you guys already talked about that. Thank you for talking about that. And again, I want to congratulate Jordan and Steve for Jordan for his promotion and Steve for his tenure of service. And, okay, so Rita, so I'm gonna take a little time on this. So people don't understand, I don't think you guys know that we probably did 8 months of planning, minimum, 8 months of planning. And a lot of hard work, went to that. Not only 8 months of planning, but like the week before, the day before, she was there. I left, I wanna say probably 7 or 7:30, and she was headed to Home Depot with the guys to go get plants and to finish up some stuff. And I don't know what time she left, but I know she was there early, again, the next morning, and making sure everything was correct. Everything to making sure that the plates and the silverware, everything matched to where it was, because it wasn't placed quite properly, you know, when it was that. So, I mean, very detailed. I can go on and on about that, but Rita, you just outdid yourself. I know you're exhausted, and you just kept smiling, and you just got everything done. Those challenges kept coming up, and I love that you already had wrap-up meeting to see how we can do things better. And such, so thank you very much. I wanna I worked a lot with Rita Maciel on the script and such like that, and really appreciate the time that we worked together, the three of us. And Rita unfortunately had to deal with me more often, but thank you for that. Our support staff that supported you, I'm so grateful for them as well. Our suppression staff, you guys, they had to get apparatus out, clean those floors. I mean, there was a lot of work that happened on the back end. A lot, honestly, I don't think you guys realize like all the hard work, the labor hard work that is put into it, and I'm just so grateful. Not only did we have a beyond amazing event, but just recognizing how we put forth the district in such a positive, professional way, which is very important. So I just want to thank you again, Rita, from the bottom of my heart. I just truly, beyond appreciate. I don't think anyone really understands it. Where I know Angela knows, work. Angela helped taking care of guest lists and stuff that morning, and people calling, changing, counseling, sets and gals. Thank you, everyone, for all your work in supporting, all this big effort. So thank you again for that. I want to wish Tom a happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you.
We also have a birthday coming up in the back of the room, but yeah, someone's birthday is up on the 10th, so I wonder whose birthday it is. Only one person said, so yes, so someone has a birthday coming up as well. So I received an item of concern, and I don't know if it's real or such, but I want to bring it forward, and maybe someone can help me. But they have that real estate meeting where the real estate professionals get together on Friday morning, and someone made a comment that the fire district put out this mandate that they have to get homes inspected 6 months in advance before someone sells it. and I didn't hear about anything like that. I couldn't speak on it. Do we know, like, have we heard of anything like that? Like, I mean, who knows they're gonna sell their house 6 months in advance?
So there is a requirement, and it's not 6 months in advance, it's at the time of sale. If the property is in a high or very high designated fire area. So actually, the mandate goes back to 2021. But when the new maps rolled out, we worked with the city of Chino Hills, their GIS team, and we sent out an actual letter. So there has been some confusion regarding it, but it's not, I mean, it's been a requirement since 2021, July. And there is actually something that was in addition implemented this last July, where the homeowner still has to now disclose if they've done any like home hardening to the property. But essentially, it's a defensible space inspection that needs to occur, and it's really a disclosure between the seller and the buyer. There is an allowance that it can happen after the sale of the home, but the buyer and the seller have to go into written agreement. And I actually recently just had a meeting with, I forget the realtor group, but Mark has put us in touch with them because I think there has been some confusion, but it's a part of our ordinance. It's a part of our vegetation management ordinance. So there was a bill that passed, I think it's Assembly Bill 38, that made this a requirement.
Okay, so do you know what, because maybe this is the same one someone called me, but they're calling it everywhere around. Maybe this is the same group?
The group that I was dealing with, I believe they're not based here locally, but some of the realtors are. So I know one of the realtors that's a part of this association, she lives in Volano. There was another, Councilman Marquez, but they're based, I believe, out of Orange County, but they do,
Business here, okay, all right.
President Ramos-Avenger, did you happen to get a contact information that we could contact them by any chance?
No, so I heard from secondhand,
Okay.
someone secondhand that they were complaining about this 6 months required, and I'm like, I don't recall anything, 6 month required, so if do we have something that maybe, I'll get more information on that. They meet Friday mornings, over, in Chino Hills. I know that I can get where the meeting place or something, maybe we can send them a letter or something that they could just
Sure, yeah, we can certainly, if you can get me some contact information, I think the fire marshal and I can work to work through a process to either inform them or maybe even go provide a small presentation, whatever seems to be
Okay.
best about the facts.
Yeah, because it really created this nonsense of how can you guys, I mean, it was a bunch of nonsense that I heard and I started laughing. I'm like, let me research it, let me research.
So does an actual physical inspection have to happen by our personnel?
yes, and we charge for the inspection. So it's
So
typically.
it's not just a disclosure, we actually have to
yes.
do this.
Yes, because the way the bill is written, it's a civil code section now, it's like 1102.9 or something, that says that the agency has to provide written documentation. So the only way to actually provide documentation to say it's in compliance is to conduct an inspection.
But this is only
So-
in certain fires, hazard zones, or is it everywhere?
So for state responsibility, so for CAL FIRE, for instance, they require for if you live in a moderate, high, or very high. For us locally, it's the way our ordinance is written is we require it for high and very high.
Okay.
All of Chino Hills.
Yes, okay, all right, I'll get that information and let's squash the fake news. Okay, thank you, all right. So, and I think that's all for my comments right now. This meeting will be adjourned to the regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the Chino Valley Independent Fire District to be held on Wednesday, December 10th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Fire District Administrative Headquarters located at 14011 City Center Drive in Chino Hills. And thank you, everyone.